off we go on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
It'll be Warner on first down. Steps away to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. To throw, Warner. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted first and goal at the 5-yard line.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
And across the goal line into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
And here comes a return from just beyond.
Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return from a 49er touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 22 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Warner. And that is incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
From the 30 on second down, Montana. That'll be caught by Rice. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. To throw again on second down, Montana. And he slings one that's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Montana to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 24-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. They'll run on first down. Craig. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. On 3rd down, it's Craig. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a first down throw, Warner. And again, he'll get it to Fitzgerald.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Niners' 48-yard line.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle is going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. On the ground, it's James. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. James. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning, it's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Warner.
2nd and 3.
That is caught inside the 5.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now Jones. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Aaron Jones,
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
and the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. From the 6. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
First down, San Francisco.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Cardinals 7.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They will look to throw. Montana. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, it's Craig. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Niners at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
That's good for 28 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him now. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
This will be caught at about the 6. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they forced a 4th down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game, because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Warner. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Warner. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Cardinals 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
It would be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now Warner. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Warner to throw. That's complete to Bolden. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Warner. The left side completion to Jones.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Complete to Aaron Jones. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. The 30. 10, 5. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out, looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Complete to number 32. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
Out of the gun, here's Warner.
At the 26-yard line.
James has got it, complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Warner. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A beautiful fake. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Craig. And he's got this down to the 35.
58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We use the word relentless on in this case, it really fits, doesn't it? His ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 for Montana and company. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down,
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On first down, it's Craig. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Montana. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Craig. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Warner completes it to Fitzgerald. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Warner from the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's caught. It's Frank Darby. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's James.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to number 32.
A play fake. Now Warner. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick is indeed good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Kyler Murray, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Justin Herbert, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Ryan Tannehill throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Craig. And this play a lot like the previous one. Thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Returnable here from the 38. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And this is why more and more teams are getting their wide receivers involved in the running game. When you've got playmakers on the perimeter, you've got to get creative and find ways to get the ball in their hands. And here, this is a great job. You get that initial contact and turn it into a big play.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Off the option, it's Jones.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw, Warner. That is incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Here's Warner. And now the ball comes loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
On 1st down, Montana. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice.
Montana's back. Complete to number 80. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
On 2nd down now. It's Craig. He finds some open field here. He's at the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 29-yard line.
111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They go play action with Montana. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just needs the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Craig, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
From the 6.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And
he's got a man complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. 71 yards.
And the Cardinals get a bit closer.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Midfield and down into Cardinal territory. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Montana. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On second down, it's Craig. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Montana. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a give, right side. Craig. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On second down now. Harmon able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They will look to throw. Montana. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 13 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This will be fielded inside the 5. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Warner. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as his quarter comes to an end. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Flushed out right. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. To throw is Montana. This will be caught inside the 10. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter. And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues. On second down, it's Craig. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now a 1st down throw, Warner. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st.
It's a gain of a yard.
It'll be Warner on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Warner. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
Warner to throw.
At the 28-yard line.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. On 1st and 10, Warner. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Out of the gun, here's Warner. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now Warner. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw again. Fitzgerald on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Play action. It's Warner.
48-yard line.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll look to throw again. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. On 2nd down, Warner. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Warner from the gun. He finds Bolden. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Here's James. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 4th down and goal.
They'll run it with Jones. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3.
Taken down right at the line. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 3-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Craig, and he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Brought down at his own 4-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Craig. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Niners, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with